Now, the UN warns global temperatures could rise to above 3 degrees Celsius over pre-industrial levels this century. The warning follows the release of a UN report saying greenhouse gas emissions surged to a record high in 2018. More in this report.
Scientists across the world agree that climate change poses a serious threat to the world and future generations. The latest UN emissions gap report says greenhouse gas emissions surged to a record level last year. It says global temperatures could rise by more than twice the levels envisioned by the 2015 Paris Climate Accords. The UN warns temperatures can be expected to rise by over 3% this century, bringing wide-ranging and destructive impacts on the climate.
We had little hope a couple of years ago that the CO2 part of the emissions had basically been stable for a few years, and we hoped that that indicated a stabilization. But in 2017 and 2018, we don't have the 19 numbers yet. Emissions have been going up, and the CO2 emissions have been going up the last year by 2%.
At current levels, greenhouse emissions must be cut by over 7.5% a year between 2020 and 2030 to meet the targets set by the Paris Climate Accords.
Essentially what we have seen in this report and what you are seeing, that at this time, had we acted in 2010, we would have had to reduce our emissions by 3.2% a year, by 3.3% a year. Now, because of climate procrastination, which we have essentially had during these 10 years, we are looking at a 7.6% reduction every year.
The World Meteorological Organization says global temperatures could rise by 3 to 5 degrees Celsius by the end of the 21st century. Countries face a 2020 deadline to set more ambitious emissions reduction pledges made under the Paris Climate Accords.